small of me, I also get some catch here. Hello? What
Allow them to show themselves.
No. Oh, this way. Come this way. This way.
Very long videos from the Royal Majesty.
Let me stand up for you. Very good. Good to see you. Good to see you. Love each other. Yes. Thank you. Don't worry. I'm not. Not at all. I'm not. God bless you. Take care. All right. Love each other.
All right, lovers of freedom, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You are welcome to this YouTube channel. You know this is the only YouTube channel where you get your legit information, raw data regarding what is actually happening in Federal High Court Abuja. That is the final trial of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We are there in Abuja now in Federal High Court. The trial will soon kick off, so we'll be covering everything that is happening in Abuja today. So if you are joining us now, you can check back our previous videos. Then you can understand why we, the Intel TV News, we continue to give you legit updates regarding the cause of our freedom and regarding the cause of everything that is happening both in Finland and in Abuja here. You can check back our previous videos and make sure you share your opinions on the comment section. Today will be a very great day. Today will be a very great day because the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a very big impact. We have a very big impact in our struggle, and we will be one step ahead of the zoo country called Nigeria. Now stay tuned for more updates and more information as you subscribe and react to all these videos on the comment section. Now listen.
Appearance today, 13th June 2025. Hear the news in details. Wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom all over the world, you are welcome once again to Biafra Unite channel / television this very moment. Today's date is that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Of course, the update concerning our Prime Minister's court proceeding today in Finland. So, not knowing that our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, was also in court. And do you know why? Because they have succeeded in putting everybody in dark. Remember that the judge has been warning both Barrister Aloy Ejimakor and every other person, including the wife of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's younger brother, who was equally suspended from attending court proceedings. They even threatened Barrister Aloy Ejimakor that if he continues to discuss about this case on social media or making things public, he's going to be suspended as well. So, it is quite unfortunate that nobody knew that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was going to appear in court today. The date that we were waiting for was on the 16th, which was, the previously adjourned date, not 13th. So, but as we all can see, it really happened today. So without further ado, let us go through today's court proceedings. So As you can see on your screen, I will be reading from the transcription of today's court proceedings of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I was not there, but the transcription is actually, breakdown of the court proceedings today. Everything that happened, the way it happened, bit by bit, will be read out during the course of this very broadcast. So just pay attention while I take you through them. Now, just in, court adjourns the trial of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to 16th, 18th, and 19th of June 2025, in line with the outlined dates for continued hearing. Below is the summary of today's court. Both defending and prosecuting counsels have their routine introductions after the mentioning of the matter by the court official. Witness PW4DDD has moved to the witness box and introduced himself as a DSS agent. A DSS agent once again. Preliminary examination of witness commences. Prosecution counsel, do you know who Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is? Of course, you all know who is prosecution counsel, the so-called son, Awomolo. So he's the one now questioning his own witness in the court. The witness, yes, he is IPOB leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who has been calling for the breakup and cessation of Southeast from Nigeria. Point of order. That is never a crime. It's never a crime. The Southeast Nigeria, as they call it, is owned by the people. There are inhabitants. There are people that inhabit the land, the owners of the lands of their ancestors. So they have the right to decide where they want to belong. It is their inalienable right to decide where they want to belong. You must not force them to be under a particular union. It is within their right. So let's continue. Prosecution counsel, how can you describe him? Imagine, how can you describe him? Witness, he is a terrorist. You see? Prosecution Awomolo is asking his own witness, how can you describe Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Then the so-called witness, Triple D, said he's a terrorist. So what they expect is that your own evidence? Is that your own evidence? Is that your witness that you brought said that the man, or should I say the defendant, is a terrorist, and then you have won? Prosecuting counsel, how did you get to know him? Yes, I knew him when he was arrested in Lagos, and he incites people through Radio Biafra. Wow. Prosecuting counsel, where did he keep the transmitter used in airing Radio Biafra? Witness, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu kept it in one Benjamin Madubugu's house at Ubulisi Uzo. Prosecuting counsel, who was assigned to carry out the transmitter search. Witness, I was to carry out the search, locate the transmitter, and retrieve it. The prosecuting counsel moved towards the witness box and shows the masked witness the search warrant for the transmitter. Then prosecuting counsel, in whose name was the search warrant issued? Witness, in the presence of Madubugu at his house in Ubulisi Uzo. Let me use this opportunity to say, don't be surprised if they bring Benjamin Madubugu to witness against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Don't be surprised, don't be shocked. I'm saying it today, it has not happened, but don't be shocked. Don't forget that Mazi Simon Ekpa, who is another freedom fighter, another leader in the struggle in Finland, was also in the court on 11th of June. And we all saw members of DOS testifying against him. So don't be shocked. Do not be surprised. Do not develop goosebumps if you see Benjamin Madubugu testifying against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Don't be shocked. Don't be shocked. I'm telling you. Now, NB, the presiding judge has raised eyebrow on live reports and transcription of court proceedings. In other words, he doesn't want further reports and prefers secret trials, but we must continue. Did you get that? Wow. This is deep. This is deep. My people, this is deep. Do not trust the zoo. This is deep. At the end of this very broadcast, or towards the end of it, I'm going to point out 3 different things to you, which you are going to take home. Those 3 things that I'm going to point out, I would want you to reason with them, digest it, calculate it, reason with it, and then you will begin to see this whole drama in a different shape. I'm not going to over-exaggerate it. I'm not going to hype it. I'm not going to over-talk it. But I will point out 3 different things for you to go home with and reason. Now, let's continue. Prosecution. What are the contents of the container you found at Benjamin Madubugu's house? Witness: 2 pump-action guns, live bullets, 2 pistols, and cartridges. We ordered Benjamin Madubugu to open the transmitter, and when he did, we only saw household items. Okay, they saw household items. Remember, this is an evidence already on its own. This word now, you know why? Because the only thing that attached the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Benjamin Madubugu's house is the transmitter. You understand? All those pump action, cartridges, and ammunitions and all that has nothing to do with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So the only thing that attaches Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's name is the transmitter. And now they have said here, according to the so-called witness Triple D, he said, we ordered Benjamin Madubugu to open the transmitter, and when he did open it, we only saw household items. So the only thing that was seen in the transmitter is the household items, which is not, offensive or incriminating. You understand? So let's continue. Prosecution. Is what you're holding in your hand now the same video that was handed over to you for the transmitter investigation? Then witness: yes, it is. The video evidence has been tendered by the prosecuting counsel, and presiding judge marked it as an exhibit. Prosecution. What were the contents of the materials found during the raid of Benjamin Madubugu's house? Witness: 2 pump actions was found in the container. Chimezie moved household stuff. Chimezie, of course, you all know Chimezie, the other one. I was asked to keep the container. MNK and Chimezie came and inspected the container. Prosecution. In your 25 years of work in the Southeast, how would you describe the atmosphere of the Southeast? Witness: life has been made difficult due to IPOB activities, IPOB committing terrorist acts. You see? Onye na-asa kusiama nke ana ajụrụ yourself. On Asia, siama nke ana ajụrụ ya. That's to show you not if alolo. If you didn't be far, these are all staged. On Asia, kana ajụrụ ya. Because he is under pressure to deliver. He's under immense pressure to deliver. That's why he answers both the ones that he was not even asked. Now, prosecution. Are all members of IPOB ESN 2? Listen. Are all members of IPOB ESN 2? Is it every member of IPOB is equally a member of the Eastern Security Network 2? Let us see the witness. The witness: yes, they enforce Mazi Nnamdi Kanu instructions. They attack security agents, especially Hausa Fulani. You see? First of all, the question shouldn't have even come in the first place. But the question is all IPOB members of ESN? Then he said yes. They first of all, he said yes, which is false. This is complete arrant nonsense. How can all IPOB members be members of ESN too? IPOB are all Biafrans. We are in legion. Not just in millions, but we are in legion. So how can you say all IPOB are ESN? I don't understand. Now he went on to say, even though he was not asked, he said, they enforce Mazi Nnamdi Kanu instructions. They attack security agents, especially Hausa Fulani. Baseless allegations. He said, everyone is laughing in court. You see? Everyone is laughing in court. because of his stupidity. How can you say all IPOB are members of ESN? This person has not even worked as a DSS member or official, not to talk of working in the Southeast. I am telling you, based on what he's saying, he knows absolutely nothing about Southeast. Now, examination of witness PW4DDD continues. Prosecution, examination by his boss, the man who brought him, not examination of the witness by the defense counsel. Now, prosecution, how do you identify ESN? Witness, they move in large groups. ESN engage in more of a guerrilla warfare. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu gives instructions through Radio Biafra, especially on Biafra Day, May 30th, for them to attack especially government agencies. Our facility listens to all Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's broadcasts. It did not end there. Prosecution applies to play the broadcast of May 29th. MNK broadcast being played has just ended after being played. Prosecutor decided to discontinue the first broadcast. Prosecutor himself decided to, discontinue the first broadcast. Do you know why he discontinued it? I will tell you. Now, review of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's broadcast, where he boldly said, no business person, no mosque, no churches should be touched. That is the anger of the prosecution, because you see the way God works. You see the way God works. He never knew. They are in a hurry. They are in a hurry. They never knew that in that same broadcast they brought to court is a place where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said that no business person, no mosque, no churches should be touched. Allow them to be. Don't touch them. Including banks, schools. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has always said this on his live, broadcast. Don't touch banks. Don't touch schools. Don't touch business person. Don't touch anybody. He always said this. Now, witness narrated that Gulag was unalive on Monday. Another lie. Suffice to say that May 30th, 2021 was on a Sunday and not Monday as claimed by the witness. You see, you remember I played that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's May 30th live broadcast in 2021. I played it here just a couple of weeks or months ago, not even up to 2 months, like last first broadcast. In that same first broadcast, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was heard saying, no business person, mosque or churches should be touched. Second broadcast of the defendant, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, being played in the court. MNK cried, prayed for him, and questioned why he was unalived at home. That is Ikonso. Now, Ikonso was not unalived on a battlefield or shot out, but in his house while he was resting. Enugu State Governor chased out by Fulani herdsmen, and it was never reported. We will mourn Ikonso as the Oba. MNK stated during the broadcast, Hope Uzodinma approached Ikonso to manage Ebubagon, and because he refused, he was unalived at his home, which is the same thing Hope Uzodinma called Commander Gentle the Yahoo. Hope Uzodinma had series of meetings with him and other top commanders to jettison Biafra liberation or struggle and come and join him to run a Bubatono for him. And since then, Hope Uzodinma followed to Tiata, Noi, where says, since you refuse to listen to me, since you refuse to take my offer, I will deal with you. That is the reason why Hope Uzodinma is currently bombarding Okigwe. Every blessed day and night, Okigwe is under attack. Every day. Because the men on ground dealt with them, that's why they have resulted in unaliving innocent children in that very area. Now, that broadcast on the 8th of April 2021 being rolled in to be aired. Update. According to Uzoma, aka Onyami's statement, a probable witness interrogated by the DSS and compelled to testify against the IPOB leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he claimed that MNK directed him to unalive 2,000 people, but he only unalived 30. Now, this Onyami, I hope I will see his picture. I will try as much as I can to search for his picture and show you this Onyami we are talking about. I will show you this Onyami at the very end of this broadcast. You are going to see this Onyami, the person who claimed that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu sent him to unalive 2,000 people and he managed to unalive 30. You are not even ashamed of yourself for saying that you unalive 30. Imagine. Stay tuned, I will show you that Onyami. Now, the prosecution has ended the reading of the witness and the court has taken an hour break to reconvene soonest. Moments after the elapse of the break duration for local standee, the court reconvened, but this time stopped court proceedings. The matter has been adjourned to 16th, 18th, and 19th of June 2025 as assigned, as assigned in the last court sitting. Remember, I've been hammering that our leader's next court appearance is on 16th and is supposed to carry on to 18th and 19th. You remember that? As assigned in the last court sitting. So only reason best known to the judge that made them call for this case today and made it a secret trial. Only the reason best known to the judge. Now let me finish and then I will talk. Which means there are outstanding 3 court dates slated for continuation of trial. We shall reconvene on the 16th of June 2025. Now, my people, I cannot authoritatively tell the reason why all this brouhaha is happening now. I can't tell. I want to say something, 3 things here. The arrest of Mazi Simon Ekpa, number 1. The so-called accelerated trial of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the reason all the machineries and machine guns of the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom, Nigeria, are currently in Biafra land to crush Biafra Liberation Army. Those who may rise up to say we do not accept this. Biafrans, are you paying attention? And those who are supposed to talk, who are hanging their coats on top of the mountains, on top of the trees, are silent. Biafrans, are you paying attention? These are 3 things I want you to go home with. Now let me show you that Onyami that they claimed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu asked to unalive 2,000 people, and he said he has already managed to unalive 30 people. Let me show you. A military officer, a soldier is the one they are talking about. A military officer. I am innocent. I have no case to answer. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu tells Justice James Omotosho at the Federal High Court in Abuja. Hear the news in details. Wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom all over the world, you are welcome once again to Biafra Unite channel /television this very moment. Today's date is 28th of June. Nnamdi Kanu is a terrorist. That is the only thing, the only answer they know. Nnamdi Kanu made a broadcast. He incited people. That is the only thing they know. He's a terrorist. That's all. No evidence whatsoever. They even went ahead to bring evidence from Vanguard publication, that one Onyami said Nnamdi Kanu asked him to go and unalive 2,000 people and he managed to unalive 30. That is the evidence from Vanguard, Zoo Media. Mad people everywhere. Very, very useless and shameless idiots. Now, they continued with their madness. Following the announcement, the head of Kanu's defense team, Chief Kanu Agabi-san, notified the court about his client's decision to enter a no-case submission in the matter. A no-case submission is made when a defendant is convinced. Pay attention, this is the explanation of that no-case answer or no-case submission. Now, a no-case submission is made when a defendant is convinced that the totality of evidence that was adduced by the prosecution failed to establish a prima facie case that is capable of warranting the court to compel him to enter his defense to the charge. Should the application succeed, the defendant will be discharged by the court, thus making an end to the trial. Let me calm down. Let me take this again for avoidance of doubt. For avoidance of doubt. It said here